Hey guys, I'm not gonna introduce myself as much as just say my name is Sandrina. I'm 22 years old, I'm from Sweden, and I love books. My main channel is Sandrina McGowan, and I have a vlog channel called Other Sandrina McGowan, and there will be links in my bets. Welcome to this new thing that I'm calling Books with Z. Basically, it's a booktuber channel, and I hope you guys will stick around and get to know me and all my books. So I'm gonna kick off this entire thing with a so-called challenge. I have a fetish for going into bookstores and buying books. Problem is, I am like low on cash, like really low on cash. So I shouldn't really be spending money on books, which is a really good time or opportunity for me to read all of the books in my bookcase that I bought but haven't read. See, I walk into bookshops and I buy books because they've been recommended to me by friends. I've been recommended them on Goodreads, or because I fall in love with the cover, because I think the synopsis sounds good. There are so many reasons why I buy books. And then I come home and I just stick them in my bookcase because I don't know what they're about, so I don't have any urge to actually read them. And then there are some that I buy because I know I want to read them, but I just don't get around to reading them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you like a quick tour of my bookcase, and I'm gonna tell you, as we're going through, what books I've read and what books I haven't read, and we'll see where it takes me. I'm guessing by the end of it I'll have a whole bunch of books that I haven't read that I'm going to read this year. On my blog, which I'll also post in the links, I just posted a post yesterday saying that you guys can be part of it. And you guys can be part of it because I'm gonna like show you the books that I'm gonna read, and if you're sitting on these books and you want to read them with me, feel free to do so. You should check my blog for the books that I'm going to be reading. I'm probably gonna do like a video every month telling you like I'm gonna read these books this month, and then on my blog it's gonna be like, finish this book, I'm gonna start this book, so that you guys can follow me like that. And yeah, and then probably some reviews on this channel as well on the books. So let's get to the book tour, the bookcase tour, the book tour, the bookshelf tour. Yeah. I'm running out of battery, so I'm gonna try and do this as fast as I possibly can. On this top shelf I have a few like self-help books basically. The first one I have here is a Glee like scorebook basically. Then I have a other hits book. I have a High School Musical dance book that my mom and my sister bought me for gags. I have my tarot cards and a book about how to read tarot cards. I have a spell weaving book. Graduation pictures, like a yearbook basically. How to read on hands. Another music book, the guitar chord bible, my Canon photo book, a girly book called It's the Inside That Counts, but who the hell wants to take a risk? It's a fun book, a few journals, The Watermelon by Marion Keyes. This is a Swedish one. I've read these. I have a like Christian songbook and the Bible that I got when I was confirmed. Up here I also have my Hello Kitty case, my lime green Nintendo DS, my Sims 3 Pets game, my Gorilla Pod, and all of my DS games. Behind my DS games I have a lot of Swedish books. I'm not gonna go through them. I haven't read a lot of them because I don't really like reading in Swedish, but some of them are translated and I might do reviews when I read them as well. I basically read maybe maybe 2 or 3 of these books. Moving down to the next shelf, I have here The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. I've read this one. Here is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I've read the entire Twilight series, but this is the only one I own. Here I have The Host by Stephanie Meyer, which I started reading, but never finished. So this is a should be read pile. Here are my Hunger Games trilogy. I love them. I read that. Uglies by Scott Westerfield. I want the others, but yeah. The Fry Chronicles by Stephen Fry. Have not read. I have Bran Hamrick and the Farfield Curse that I have read, just not this one. I had the hardback and I borrowed it to somebody and I don't really know where it is. The second one, The Spectre Key, I have not read. I have a book called Meet Me at the Cupcake Cafe by Jenny Colgan that I have not read. Haven't even started it. I have a book called Accidentally Demonic by Dakota Cassidy that, as you can see right there, I have started to read and it's almost finished with, but somehow I decided to change right in the middle of it. Atonement by Ian McEwan. Bought it because I love the movie. Haven't read the book. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I read that one. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, I have not read. Franny and Zoe by J.D. Salinger, I have not read. Go Ask Alice by an anonymous writer, I have not read. Perks of Being a Wallflower, one of my favorite books by Stephen Chbosky, love this book. One Day by David Nichols, also one that I started reading, but kind of gave up on halfway through, not even halfway through. Dear John by Nicholas Sparks, I read, cried like a baby. The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks, have read and cried like a baby. Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks, I have not read. Nick Hornby, About a Boy, I have read. The Absolutely True Diary of Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, also a really, really good book. I read this one from class and I loved it. This is a book called This Is All, The Pillow Book of Cordelia Ken by Aidan Chambers, and I have not read this. It's a pretty thick book, and I was given this by one of my mom's co-workers at her school, the school that she works at. The next shelf has all my jewelry, so we're going down one more shelf. Here I have Will Grayson by John Green, which I am currently reading. As you can see by that, I'm currently reading that. All the way down here I have Karen McCombie's Sisters, Super Creeps, and Slushy Gushy Love Songs, which is one of my favorite childhood books that I really, really enjoyed. I have the second book of Louis Renaissance Georgia books. The first one I borrowed to my cousin. I Am Number 4 by Pittix Lore and The Power of Six. I haven't read any of these. Basically, I read I saw the movie and I kind of liked the movie. So I got the first one. And then because I'm a sucker for sequels, I got the second one without having read the first one. So yeah, those are going to be read. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Looking Through the and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. I've started reading this one, never got around to finishing it. Little Altars Everywhere by Rebecca Wells, I've read. Tales of Beetle and the Bard, I have not read. Harry a History, I have not read. My Harry Potter collection, I have read, of course, and I loved it. My Reckless Journal, not finished with it. The Imperfectionist by Tom Rachman, I have not read, bought it because I love the cover. Beastly by Alex Flynn, which I have read. Jane Austen's Emma, have not read. Notebooks Journal, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, Nathaniel Haythorne's The Scarlet Letter, Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, and Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. I haven't read any of these, and I bought them because of the covers, because these covers are so beautiful, and I felt like I needed them in my collection, which is why I got them. But I haven't read them, which I feel really bad about. I have the complete works of William Shakespeare. I've read almost all of them, but not all of them. I have a book here which is called Codename Shakespeare. It's in Swedish. I got this when I graduated high school. I think it's some kind of like documentary of Edward de Vere, because they think that he is the one who actually wrote all of Shakespeare's stuff. That Shakespeare wasn't real. Here I have another book in Swedish, which is called Shakespeare's Secret, which is by Jennifer Lee Carroll, which is one I bought because I loved the back of it, but haven't read it. Douglas Adams' The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I've started reading. Paper Towns, I have read. Looking for Alaska, I have read. So my camera kind of died on me yesterday, and I didn't show you the last 3 books in my bookshelf. And they are John Green's An Abundance of Catherines, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. And I've not read any of those 3, so they are going in the pile to be read. Yesterday I wrote a pretty long blog post. Because my camera died, I decided to document this as well on my blog, and I ended up counting all of the books, and there are 30 books that I haven't read in my bookshelf. And that's not counting the Swedish ones that were on the top shelf. So yeah, 30 plus actually. I've stacked them all now, and I've taken away maybe 2 of them. I think I'm going to take away the 2 Shakespeare books, but I'm going to read all of the others, and I've actually already read one. I finished this book yesterday. So yeah, 1 down, 29 to go, more or less. So yeah, I'm gonna stop filming this video now, because this video is going to go up, and hopefully tonight or tomorrow there will be a second video which will be a review on this. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.